Greetings, brothers and sisters, and welcome to BBP. Today we're going to take a look at what the Bible says about financial debt. God has a lot to say about how we handle our money, and my goal here is simple. I want you to experience the financial freedom to tell your money where to go and what to do. The money's no longer telling you where it's going. So let's get started with the first thing we need to know. God owns it all. Did you know that? Do you believe that? Psalm 50 verse 10 tells us, "For every animal of the forest is mine, and the cattle on 1,000 hills." That's a poetic way of saying he owns everything, and everything we have comes from his hand. We're going to give an account someday for how we handled his resources. He expects us to be good managers of his money. This is the first step to getting control of your spending habits. Understanding it's not ours to spend any way we want to. We have to use wisdom when making purchases. I'm focusing here on what we call consumer debt, the credit cards and loans we have to buy stuff. Mortgage payments, not really consumer debt, because houses and property are considered investments that typically should rise in value. So let's talk about all the stuff we go into debt for because we have to have the latest and greatest of everything that hits the market. Advertisers think we're stupid, by the way, in case you haven't figured that out. The Bible makes it clear that when we are in debt, we are slaves to those we owe money to. Proverbs tells us that the borrower is slave to the lender. And if you're making credit card and loan payments every month, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're earning a paycheck and that money is telling you where it has to go and what it has to do, then your livelihood is being controlled by your creditors. They own your money, and that is nothing short of slavery. So again, my goal here is simple. I want you to reach the point where you tell the money where to go and what to do. The money's no longer telling you. And if you're willing and disciplined enough to give God control of your finances, I promise you'll start seeing a marked improvement in your spending habits and your monthly budget. Like I said, it has to start with an understanding that it's God's money you're spending, and He expects you to spend it wisely. Next, you have to take a serious look at the difference between needs and wants, and make the commitment to stop using your credit cards and borrowing power for things you don't truly need. Next week, we're going to drill this down even more with a couple of biblical principles to help you regain control of your resources. I'm looking forward to sharing this with you, but if you have any questions or comments this week, please don't hesitate to reach out. The addresses are coming up. I thank you for joining me here today. And until next week, keep your eyes on Jesus and not on your troubles. Thank you.